will be attending the summit events tomorrow, 1st of December, before returning to India later tomorrow evening. Just to recall, Honorable Prime Minister had last visited the UAE earlier in July this year. Honorable Prime Minister will deliver his address at the opening session of the World Climate Action Summit. Prime Minister will also be participating in 3 high-level side events, of which 2 are being co-hosted by India. Will be attending the summit events tomorrow, 1st of December, before returning to India later tomorrow evening. Just to recall, Honorable Prime Minister had last visited the UAE earlier in July this year. In terms of Prime Minister's participation at the COP28, Honorable Prime Minister will deliver his address at the opening session of the World Climate Action Summit. Besides his address to the COP28, Prime Minister will also be participating in 3 high-level side events, of which 2 are being co-hosted by India. The first high-level event, which is being co-hosted by India and the UAE, is the launch of Green Credits Initiative. If you would recall, this was something which was rolled out earlier this month or late last month by the Ministry of Environment in India. The Green Credits Initiative is based on the Green Credit Program, which was notified by the Ministry of Environment in October this year, and basically envisions the issue of green credits for plantations on waste and degraded lands and the river catchment areas in order to restore their vitality. The second event, which is co-hosted by India and Sweden, is the launch of Lead IT 2.0, Leadership Group for Industry Transition 2.0. This, you would recall, was a joint initiative launched by India and Sweden in 2019 at the UN Climate Action Summit in New York. Essentially, this initiative fosters collaboration among the decision makers, bringing together both the public sector and the private sector with the objective of accelerating the industry transition to net zero emissions, essentially from heavy industries. Honorable Prime Minister will also be participating in another high-level event, which is titled Transforming Climate Finance, which is to be hosted by the presidency of the COP28, that is the UAE. In terms of substance, as you all know, the Conference of the Parties, COP, is the supreme decision-making body of the UNFCCC that meets annually to assess progress in dealing with climate change, also discuss and negotiate further actions that the parties to the COP have to take, and make decisions on global climate action. Previously, Prime Minister has attended 2 climate conferences, COP21 in Paris in November 2015, where the historic Paris Agreement was concluded, and you would recall that International Solar Alliance was launched at that COP. And then COP26 in Glasgow, where Prime Minister made the announcement of Panchamrit, outlining the 5 key elements of India's action aimed at environment conservation and climate protection.